Hello, friends. My name is Aslam Sheikh, your host for this evening. I'm a founder and CEO of Aleph, a platform to promote the global perspective of education and career. This is our special career talk broadcasted live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Every Friday, we aim to discuss the topic that is important for you and for your career. For the benefit of our viewers who are watching us first time, let me quickly introduce who we are and what we do. Aleph is an award winning education company. We have counseled over 23,000 students so far. We've been rated among the top 10 study abroad consultants by Knowledge Review. And through us, you will have the option of 300 plus universities across 14 countries for various programs, right from diplomas to degrees. And we specialize into student scholarships. And up till now, we have disbursed a scholarship worth 23 crore rupees to our students to study across various universities and countries. So let's move on to our today's topic with this short introduction. And today's topic is very interesting. Maybe the first time you're hearing this topic from our side in last 3 years since we are doing this program. And this is a very special program I will call because the topic is a roadmap to be a celebrity chef. And yes, we know that there are a lot of aspiring culinary students or hospitality students who wants to make out of a big, I would say, a kind of a big career through being the celebrity chef, being in front of the people, being in front of the public, and demonstrating their culinary skills. But how do you want to be a celebrity chef? That's a question, and people really have mixed celebrity chef with the celebrated chef or a chef. So we are going to demystify this equation together. And to do this, we have got an honor to introduce our today's expert speaker. And let me do the honor of introducing Chef Smit Sagar. And let's welcome Chef Smit. Chef Smit, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I think I'm really excited and look forward to this conversation. And yes, as you
Thank you.
said, it's a very exciting topic, to talk about.
Absolutely. But before that, let me quickly introduce to our audience about yourself, sir. So, Chef Smith Sagar, as the name suggests, he's a young, dynamic entrepreneur, chef, and a culinary artist with 9 years of experience in the hospitality domain. He has been credited to have crafted the menu of various luxury hotels and restaurants, not only in India but also in United Arab Emirates. Chef Smith have been acclaimed for expert in culinary art of the year 2020 by Times of India Gujarat Icon and has received the nominee of award for best chef of Gujarat by Gujarat Tourism in the year 2021. He was also the part of popular MasterChef season 6 as a jury. Not only that, he has produced the Great Gujarat Cooking Competition Season 1 and 2 and have hosted the Hidden Taste of Gujarat on Mixed Player, and Taste Ki Gali on ZZest like OTT platforms. Chef Smith is also, and that's my addition, is an alumnus of ICA Dubai. It's one of the
Right.
best culinary schools in the Gulf. And if you'd like to study there, you know who to contact. So there are contact numbers on the screen about Aleph, whereby we'll be happy to assist you with any of your queries. So if you have any questions whilst you're listening to this program, please write into the comment box of the respective channels through which you would be watching this program, and we'll be happy to answer if we have a time because we are going to have this program exactly for next 26 minutes. So let's move on to our today's topic, and let me come to Chef Smith. Chef Smith, first of all, welcome once again. And
Thank you. Thank you so much.
yeah, and my very first question is like we have still not understood very clearly that what is to mean be a celebrity chef, and we also see chef who are working hard in the kitchen, in the pastry and bakery space, or we watch the chef like you onto the television,
Right.
introducing delicious items, which definitely we are. I mean, that helps our wives to be creative in the kitchen. So, would you like to throw some light that what are the differences between this?
Well, to be honest, there's a wide, difference. And a chef is someone who, has pursued his degree. He's learned the art not only of cooking, but understanding the food, understanding the ingredients, understanding the spices, all about, having that right discipline. And that kind of takes him ahead in his culinary journey, whether he's working in a restaurant, in a hotel, or he wants to, have his own kind of restaurant or anything. And a celebrity chef is someone that, that's a world which is totally different from what we see and what we feel that, it is connected to this, the chef thing. But I feel that it's more about public speaking also. You need to have that, I mean, the X factor. You gotta be presentable. You gotta know your food. And that's how you can present your art, through the camera. And that's how, as you said, that many people watch and they feel that, it's such an easy task. But no, even a celebrity chef requires a chef, you know, and that's what makes him the celebrity that he is.
So you mean to say that that's an extra effort going after becoming a chef to be a celebrity chef?
100%, sir. I think you can't become a celebrity chef if you're not a chef. I think, what we see sometimes, we feel that, because of the whole social media, that the era that we're in, everything we see, we post, we feel that, okay, this person is so good when he's posting the picture or a vlog or a blog. But when it comes to actually presenting and cooking in front of a camera, camera captures everything. Even while I'm speaking, people will know whether this person is making sense or not. Same thing happens with cooking, I mean, there are retakes and edit, but you have to know your food. You have to have that certain knowledge, and that knowledge you can only get if you pursue the culinary arts.
So true, so true. And as you mentioned about the social media and people posting their culinary skills, so I've got a next question related to that. Uh, Many times we think that can we become a chef or celebrity chef like by being a chef at home? I mean, what I mean to say is that like the way social media is playing a role in many ways, people are posting their culinary skills, their photographs, and whatever they are doing at their place. So whether that can be called as a celebrity chef or it's much beyond that what we are talking about.
I don't know if I say this, I might get a little hate for this, but I would like to point out that sometimes we feel, chef is a different thing. Cooking is an art, and everyone can be an artist at this. You might be a really good cook, but to get the title of chef, it's different, right? I mean, there is a certain way to pursue it. There's a degree that you have to acquire. And what happens with the whole social media, as you said, at home, we just make things look so beautiful. We are actually eating from our eyes. You know what I'm trying to say? With the whole social media playing the game, it's all about eating from your eye. You're not eating it actually. This same food, if it's presented in a restaurant and when you have to cook it, it's a different thing. There's a process, and that only a chef can do it. So the term chef, what happens is many times food bloggers or vloggers, they use it in a way that, okay, because I'm a popular vlogger or a blogger, okay, fine, let me just add a chef title to my name. But it's a different thing altogether. It's like how you study so much or you give in so much time and effort to become a doctor, and there is a reason. You can't just use the title just because I know when I get cold what medicine to have. That doesn't make me a doctor. It's the same way when it comes to a chef.
Absolutely. So, friends, what Chef is trying to say that there's a lot of hard efforts, and we are going to demystify what that effort means again in the next questions. But yes, definitely, it's not just a presentation of a food or taking a good, nice photograph of a food which you must have prepared, but it goes much more beyond that. And to get to know more about it, I would like to invite our next guest to come on board because unfortunately, in India, still parents think that are you want to be a cook. They don't understand or make a difference between being a cook and being a chef. And maybe we are learning hotel management course, but most of the time, out of my little experience, I've seen that a hotel management is a very generic management course, and which includes everything. And culinary is a very small part of it, wherein culinary by itself is another world altogether if somebody wants to know about it. So do you suggest the students or those who are listeners, because we also at a time meet with a lot of career changers who always by heart wanted to be a chef, but somehow they got into some other profession, and now they want to take a break and they want to go back to foundational learning. So, to either the students or to a career changer, do you suggest that they take up culinary as a specialized course or dedicated course in order to reach out to the goal of being a celebrity chef?
Definitely. As you had said, that in India there is that still certain thinking that that even if you talk about culinary arts, you're compared to a cook. Now there's a difference. As you said, that any hotel, I mean, whether it's a fine dine, anything, you will not like it if there's no food in it. We one of the reasons why we even enjoy any experience in any particular place, it's also the food. Whether you take it any travel industry, anywhere you go, it's always the food that plays with you in your memory or in your experience and everything. So I think it's very important to have that aspect. And I think that thing will change with time. There are people like you promoting, this in such a nice way. So that will change. But at the moment, yeah, I mean, as you said, that people are looking and what they see, they feel that it's a little easy to get into the whole celebrity feel and thing. But anywhere you go, whether you want to even get into the catering department or anything, first things first, most the important aspect is you learn your ABCD, and that's how you construct a sentence or you make a word. Same way in the culinary field, you got to learn, the basics, and that's where it'll take you.
So, did you also face these challenges when you told your family that you wanted to be a chef and you don't want to follow the other profession career?
Actually, God's grace, I've been fortunate that my family was really supportive because my parents, they are amazing cooks. So they used to keep cooking. I mean, they still cook. So it's always a fun thing at home that, we'll see who's a better cook. And my wife, she's an amazing cook. So everyone's in that whole field. But it was the other side of the family. Sometimes it's the outer, we say the community and all. They start looking out, oh, tu to bawarchi hai, like those terms, you're a cook and, how can you make a life or living by just being a cook? And, it's such a different thing because I come from a family where we are into jewelry, we're goldsmiths. So, and suddenly, diverting that and, now I'm chopping onions and, making a dish. It's a different thing. But glad that my parents were really, I mean, they're very supportive. So even when I did my culinary arts in Dubai, ICCA, again, a beautiful institute where I had amazing team. Like my mentors were, I mean, they are still my inspiration to whatever I do. So whatever I've learned, it's all, it's all like hands down. It's all of them. So even if there are tips that I'll say, it's the tips that I got from them. To understand any cuisine, you have to understand the culture. So being in Dubai, I learned so many things that it's helping me so much when I'm in India.
Right.
So they did give me the privilege to work at a restaurant, to work at a hotel, and yeah,
I'm sure that now those community members or the uncle or aunties, which usually everybody will face them and their questions, would be very proud to have you taking this decision, because now they're saying and they're feeling
yeah,
proud that, okay, I know this guy is from our family. Okay, that's nice. But very important points which you touched upon in the last answer is having an international exposure. So I just wanted to know more from you, and that how did that experience help you in your whole journey of becoming next celebrity chef of India? So your experience of Dubai and your learning and the facilities. What is the difference which you have adapted when you have completed your program? So can you just list out maybe three, four important elements of your learning?
I think one of the main things was that you have to understand other cuisines. Like for example, if I'm talking about, let's say, Mediterranean cuisine, I can't cook because I'm an Indian. I can't think in a point of Indian cooking way. So I have to make sure that I have to adapt their culture, how they understand spices, how they understand their ingredients, and that only happens when you have that exposure also in a city wise. Like when they have certain authentic restaurants or hotels, and as I said, my mentors were such great. So that helps you a lot, when you're growing and when you want to learn. So even while I was traveling, I would always keep my mind and, as I said, my tongue open in a way that whatever I'm trying, I'm not trying just because, like, if I like garlic in a dish and that garlic taste is not there in a particular dish I ordered, that doesn't mean that the dish is bad, because I have to understand how they cook. And that always happens once you cook and once you read a lot. And it's not necessary that you have to travel sometimes. You can do this at home as well. There are so many ways. There are books available. You have the right mentor, and you kind of get that exposure as well on that.
Well, very interestingly, you also spoke about knowing the culture. Now, when you were there in UAE and you were learning through the culinary course, then what exactly you picked up through the culture, and is that mean that if I'm in UAE, I still get exposure to the culture of other countries and other continent, or is it more of the local culture we are talking about?
No, see, UAE is just amazing because, I mean, there is a beautiful the diversity is amazing. So you'll find a lot of people everywhere, and there are a lot of restaurants as well. So I will find a Japanese cuisine over there. I will find a legit Arabic restaurant over there serving the local food. I will find an Indian restaurant over there. I will find an Italian restaurant over there. So once you go, it's not like, everyone makes it the same way. What happens in India sometimes is that there is an Indianized version of everything. You eat over here, like, let's say, a Chinese restaurant, you'll find the Indianized version of that. You go to a Mexican restaurant, you'll find the Indianized version of the Mexican food, which is good. I mean, obviously we love to eat our food in certain way, which is amazing. But as a chef, when you want to uh, get in this line and when you want to go ahead, it's important to understand their culture. It's important to understand their flavors. How we play with our ingredients, there's a certain way. We got to understand how they also play with their flavors and ingredients. So I think that exposure, what I got in UAE, was just amazing.
Right.
That I got to eat everywhere. The events or the places that I worked in.
Right. So, Chef, you also wants to inspire our listeners, especially who wants to follow your pathway. So, would you like to share some of your career highlights with our listeners, with our students or principals or parents who are listening or maybe listening later on? That what were your career highlights being now an international chef, and what can we take it out of those experiences?
I think I always say, whenever I achieve something or I feel that I'm right there, that it's just the beginning. I just want to learn, and that, I think, attitude should be that you always want to learn. There's this is an art. This is a sea. You can't say you know it all. It's something that it doesn't stop. So that knowledge you have to learn every time. So if you feel that you've attained your basic chopping skills, go on, something that, like, the teppanyaki skills, how they play with the food, understand the science behind the ingredients, the spices. So that's what I mean. It's always the beginning. There's no end to it. I feel that one of the best things that happened in my life, or you can say the culinary journey, was the fact that whenever I was working in a restaurant or a hotel, I always wanted to have one, and that day had happened, and I was just blessed, and that was something that helped me a lot. And second, when I was auditioning for a really famous competition, MasterChef, as a contestant, and then in next 5 years, God's grace, I was part of a jury. So I think
Wow.
these are the things that kept motivating me a lot. And these are the things, I hope that people also get inspired, because we're here for that only, that we want to inspire and make sure that they are also on that same right track.
Absolutely, absolutely, Chef. We all are getting inspired through your conversation and sharing, and thanks for that. And friends, and especially the parents who are listening or who will be listening to us, it's very important you understand that culinary is also a very respectable profession. The way we respect the other profession like engineering and science, and with due respect of all other professions, we treat this as a very respectable profession. And what rightly said, is that whenever you walk into any restaurant or resort or for your staycation, vacation, hotel, what the one thing you really cared about after settling down is about the food. If you don't like the food, you never want to go back to the same place, no matter they are providing you one of the spacious rooms or maybe a very comfortable pillow. But food is not nice, I'm not going to go back to the same place. And very rightly said. So you can understand the value what culinary field and the chef like Chef Smiths are adding to the industry. And this is what is more like to our pleasure, that if our kids are good into this profession, we should encourage them, we should encourage the field to join them, because it's not only just them to be a celebrity chef, but be into the space which is so versatile. It allows the doors to open to the world. People travel as Chef Smith is doing, and many other chefs which you can follow them through. They are traveling, they are seeing the world. I think this is so exciting part of your life, as opposed to be just an engineer in a workshop or in an industry for the rest of the life. I think it sounds very interesting. So moving on to the next question, Chef, we would like to also just learn, say, if I ask you that, what are the top three tips, if you would like to share with us, for to our listeners who wants to be like you, a celebrity chef, what are the top three tips apart from culinary skills they would like to develop into the personality?
I think first things first, that you have to be a very good listener, you know, because the more you learn, you gotta keep your mind space open. That you have to be a learner, a good listener. Second thing, keep your ego aside. Ask. Because this is a field of art. You have to ask. You have to forget it. If I see something that a better chef is doing, I will go up to him and ask him. So I would love to make this. I would love to learn this from you. How do I do that? Because you also want to do it and present it in front of your customers or on TV or whatever it is. I think third important thing is that the basics, that is, any cooking does not happen whether it's whether you're making a dessert, or it's a hot kitchen, or you're baking. You have to learn the basics. Do not forget your basics. It's If it's your chopping skills, your knife skills, whatever it is, you have to understand it, because if that is perfect, then there's no stopping. You can pick up on any other cuisine. You have to understand the basics, as I said, your understanding of spices and all. Because if that helps you, when you talk about anything else, any other cuisine, you will know how that's being made, how to make that, and that helps your journey a lot.
Absolutely, that's so true. So, Chef, may I ask you, like, what keeps you busy nowadays? What are you busy in doing at the moment?
Well, fortunately, today I am appointed as a brand ambassador of a cookware called the Chef Story, and we are
Wow.
just coming up with a lot of good content. So, which is about teaching the basics only. Many a times people don't know what utensils to use when they cook, and they feel that, why am I not getting a result? When I'm making this or that. So all these things, basic things, matter a lot. As I said. And yeah, a few shows are lined up. I'm still learning. I just got myself this beautiful book. It's called The Science of Spice. So no matter what, even if you're on TV, the learning never stops. So you have to learn. And I'll be doing few lives as well for Gujarat. So yeah, that's something really interesting, where I'll be exploring Gujarati cuisine.
Wow. I mean, that actually just allowed me to touch upon one more topic. That, friends, if you are coming from a background whereby you believe in vegetarian food, or maybe you have food restrictions from your family or community side, and if you are looking to specialize into veg culinary, then we are pleased to inform you that we have a Veg Culinary Arts program, especially for these kind of requirements. And this programs is
Wow.
available in Switzerland. Yes, chef. So that's something which is very
Wow.
exciting for a lot of students.
No, all
Because a
these
lot
things
of
weren't there
time,
for us, but this is something really exciting.
yeah. It is, yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, a lot of time, many times, the family wants to support their kids, but they have got their religious or community restrictions because of their background, that they don't want to touch the meat. And we have a Veg Culinary Arts, and veg cuisine is picking up, especially being a vegan, is talk of the town. And we have got these special courses offered in one of the best culinary schools in Switzerland. So friends, if you are looking forward to specialize in Veg Culinary Arts program, and you have got a specific food requirement through which you cannot go to other courses, do contact us and our counselors, and they'll be happy to help you to identify these institutes. One of the institutes I would like to name here, Culinary Arts Academy, that ranks number one in Switzerland and eight throughout the world for their culinary courses under hospitality section. For the QS ranking, you would really want to check onto their website and look at the facilities, what they got to offer. And if you are interested for that particular program, do contact us on this helpline number, which is there in front of you. So, Chef, just with this regards, last thing is that uh, there is a veganism is going on, and a lot of people are talking about plant-based food or vegan food. So, how do you see the growth of this section of a culinary?
It's amazing. I mean, anywhere we go, like especially if you talk about a fine dining experience or a casual dining, or even if you go to street food, people are opting out on veg options. They want the same dish but a vegetarian version. So that's something that you are seeing, especially now. I mean, and it's just amazing. There's so many companies that are coming into this plant-based, meat. I mean, the whole concept. So I think that's amazing, and especially culinary institutes like this, who are offering such good quality education like this, it's just wonderful.
Okay, friend. Like, thank you
Because
very much.
yeah, sorry.
Sorry. Please continue.
No, nothing. I was just gonna say, talk about the recipes that, it's people think that there's not a lot to eat when it comes to vegetarian food, but oh my God, once you look at it, there is no ending. I mean, just by looking at it, your tummy's gonna be full. It's like that. Like there are so many dishes.
No, that's true. The Europe, North America, they are really having the shortage of veg culinary chefs or culinary arts professionals who can cook the meat as per this requirement, a plant-based or vegan food requirement. And I was talking to one of the institutes during my last visit in Switzerland, and then they were saying that we are finding it hard to place the students because we don't have a students, and we have got a lot of requirement coming in from the industry. So that's a something which is
Wow,
very good news from the student point of view.
wow, wow.
Okay, great.
I mean, health point of view also, it's beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. And I was hearing one of the interviews of John Ibrahim saying that he has turned to plant-based food completely. So I
Many,
see.
many celebrities, they've completely turned out to be vegetarians because of the health.
Absolutely. So, thanks, Chef. Thanks for your time. And the last question,
Thank you.
really last question, if you really want to give the advice to the students specifically, or parents who are still sitting on the fences and thinking whether or not to offer this as a career, what's your final advice for the students and parents?
Well, first thing, what I would like to say, whether you want to become a celebrated chef, that is, have that Michelin star, uh, or whether you want to be a celebrity chef, you have to pursue the chef arts, the culinary arts. You have to get a degree. You have to have the certain knowledge, and that will help you a lot. If you want to open you want to have your cloud kitchen, you want to have a restaurant, anything and everything. This is your answer, because in one, you know, I would say a course, it will teach you so much: food management, time management, your personality, how, the whole public speaking, the X factor in you. What are you good at? It's like you'll be exploring yourself while learning, because as I said, it's an art. So you feel, that, you know how to cook, still take it. This will help you. It'll bring out the esk in you. So I think it's really important.
That's right. Thank you, Chef. Thank you very much for this golden piece of advice, which I'm sure that our students, parents, and faculties who are listening to you would take it to the heart, and that would help them to take a right career decision for themselves. Thank you again on behalf of Aleph for spending time with us out of your busy schedule.
Thank you so much. It was lovely, and I'm glad that this is happening. It was a beautiful conversation. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you. So, dear listeners, if you seek further information, please feel free to contact us on our helpline number. That's 9987099890, or you are free to visit our website alif.in, and our experienced counselor will be happy to assist you instantly. My name is Aslam Sheikh, founder and CEO of Alif, signing off with a promise to come back again next month with another interesting topic and some amazingly talented speakers, enlightening you on the subject that matters to you the most. Until then, stay safe and stay excited.
Thank you.